Hello, this is Raina with LYLO Crafts, and today I am going to make a 4th of July wreath. And the first thing I'm doing is starting off with one of these straw wreath forms. And I bought this one at Hobby Lobby and it was $5.99. They were just putting them out. I've got my wreath all unpackaged. And the next thing I'm going to do is wrap some red tulle around instead of ribbon. This is a much cheaper option, and I got this tulle at Hobby Lobby for $1.99, and there's tons on here, and you can get it when the ribbons go half off, so it'd only be $1, so cheaper than the Dollar Tree. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is just squeeze a little hot glue on right here. And I'm doing the back, so I picked the side of the wreath form that I don't like as much. What I'm gonna do is kind of fold this tulle in half like this, and I'm just gonna lay it in that hot glue. And I'm gonna keep it in there until it sets. And be careful about using your finger because it could still be hot. So now I've got my tulle attached, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just wrap it around, put it underneath, and I'm gonna go over each one twice, just so that it makes a little bit darker color. When I'm done with that, I'm just gonna twist a little bit so it makes it a little more narrow, come around and do the next one. So you can see here, I'm gonna go around that twice, like that, and then I'm gonna twist. And then come down around. Just keep going around like that twice. Kind of pile it up on top of each other. You can move it if it's not perfect, and you can move it afterwards because we're not gluing this down until the end, okay? Okay, when you got that done, all the way around, you're just gonna cut off the end. And I'm just gonna take my hot glue, I'm gonna just pile it on right there. And then I'm going to put this on. And then again, I'm gonna use this silicone spatula to push it down and to make sure that the glue, you know, adheres, cools, and you don't burn yourself, and it all stays in place. Now is the time to go ahead and make any adjustments to the tulle that you would like. So, like this one, I think needs just a little space between the two. Now, I want the straw to show through because I'm in the country and I want a more country look, but you can use any kind of wreath form that you have. You could totally, you know, make this so that it's all solid red. So whatever you would like to do, or you could use ribbon, use whatever you have on hand. That's what I'm a firm believer in. Okay, next, I am going to kind of eye where I want to attach my centerpiece. Now, this piece I bought last year at Hobby Lobby when it was 90% off. So it was $1.40, and it's slightly bigger than the trucks that you get at the Dollar Tree. And so I was super excited to get this one, but any piece that you want to put, any kind of wood piece from the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby would be a great thing to add to your wreath. I'm just kind of eyeballing this right now because what I want to do is work on the bow and what I'm going to call fireworks. Now, these are the things that I'm going to use as I'm calling these fireworks. Now, I got these 90% off. So these were $3.99. So they were 40 cents each for a spray of 3. And I got these a few years ago at Hobby Lobby, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use them for, but I remembered that I had them in my stash, and so I thought, oh my gosh, those could be fireworks, not just like Christmas, you know, doodads. So I am going to go ahead and attach this. The first thing I'm going to do is just take off the price tag, and then I am going to attach it near the top. Now, it does have this great you know, wire that is attached to it. And what I'm gonna try to do is stick the wire inside here. And there we go. And then I can bend this into any shape that I want. There we go. Can you see that? So that kind of looks like fireworks sticking out. I think I'm gonna add a second one. So I've got another one. And I'm gonna add another one right next to it. So again, I'm going into the wreath. It is starting to come out here on the side right here. So what I'm gonna do is kind of try and bend that back into the wreath, because I do not want any of this stuff like poking out. So here's the other one. Okay, so because they're wire, they do bend. And I'm going to kind of shape these. So I'm gonna kind of interlock them like that so that they don't look like two separate ones, but that there's one bigger fireworks that is coming off. I think that's really fun. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm gonna make a bow, and just grab whatever kind of ribbon that you have. So I have had this ribbon for forever. So I've got this one. I've got some of this polka dot ribbon left over. I even have some truck ribbons. I have blue and red truck ribbons. Clearly I got these on sale, 74 cents at Hobby Lobby, and these are on sale right now. Okay, so we're gonna make a bow like this. Now you can see that I have 3 different kinds of ribbon on here. That is because I ran out of this polka dot ribbon. And that's okay, I just went into my stash and got something else. So just use what you have, okay? That's what I really want to tell you, is use what you have. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these, because I'm going to use 2 and I'm going to layer them on top of each other. This is a very easy and simple way to make a bow. Okay, so I have a length of ribbon here that all I did was eyeball it, and it is about 8.5 inches in length. Okay, so what I did was I cut 2 of these, and then I have 2 accent colors. Again, I would have used all red and white polka dot ribbon if I had it, but I don't have it, so that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is layer this thicker piece. Let's see here. So this is a little bit thicker than this one, and I'm gonna just lay them on top of each other, okay? Then I'm gonna take my second one here, and I'm gonna layer this right on top of each other so that they make like an X. Now, if you have wire or something, that's how I would normally hold these together, but I have any wire, and so all I did was just cut off a piece of spare ribbon that I had, and I am just gonna use that to hold them in place. So what I'm gonna do is kind of try and keep them in the X, and I'm just gonna tie a simple knot, and I'm keeping it in the X just by putting weight with my fingers on it, okay? And before I tighten it all the way, I'm gonna spread those out so that they stay in an X, and I'm gonna pull tight, okay? So you've got like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tie it in a square knot. So just any old kind of knot is fine. Okay, so now you have this. So the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to dovetail the ends like this. And to do that, now I have a spare set, I have a set of scissors that I put this washi tape on that I only use to cut ribbon. Now I really suggest that because when we cut paper, our scissors dull, and so I'm gonna use these. Now this ribbon in the back here is wired. My other ribbon is not wired. I would say generally speaking, it's best to use wired ribbon for making bows, but I didn't have that, so that's not what I'm gonna do. And so all you do, and you want to be careful you don't cut the wire with this. So all you're going to do is fold your 2 pieces of ribbon together. You can see mine are not quite even. That's okay. So then you just cut on an angle to the point, just like that. Okay, so when you have this wired ribbon, it's the same thing. You fold and you cut, and I'm just going to be really careful that I don't actually cut the wire because I do not want to dull my my scissors here by doing that. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and glue these onto the wreath, again using hot glue. So here's my little wreath form with my fireworks coming off of it, and I'm going to put the one that I like the least in the back of the 2 in here. And I'm going to just put it on the back of here and also put it on there. And I'm just going to, ouch, be careful. It's hot. I'm just going to like press that to hold that in place. So I've got one. And then I'm just going to slightly offset. So I'm just going to kind of move this around until I like the way that it looks. So I think that looks kind of good, just like that. So I'm just going to slightly offset this and add a good amount of hot glue in there to hold my next bow right in place. And you can see that I'm not even trimming off this silver ribbon that I use because I feel like that's like, you know, 4th of July too. So, so you can take it off if you don't want it on. Okay, so now back to my truck. I'm gonna first take off the price tag, and I might add the trucks to this bow. I'm not sure yet. So what I'm gonna do is work on attaching the truck and then figure out, look at it and see what else I want to do. So you can see that the feet can attach here, but this doesn't quite attach all the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of my little plastic line here, and I'm gonna feed mine through the hole. Okay, so it's coming out the back right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me put that against my hand. So I hope you can see that. And so what I'm gonna do is kind of figure out where I want it to hang on my wreath. Okay, and I'm just gonna cut this long enough so that I can tie a knot in it. And because we're not gluing it in place, you can actually move it afterwards. So don't fear if you just don't glue it until after you know for sure where you want it to be. So all I'm gonna do is take this, and I'm gonna tie this probably like 6 times. I just wanna make sure that it stays on here. You can't really see it, but I am gonna cut off the little ends that I don't need. Okay, so I've got one done. I'm gonna do the same for this other side of the truck. And I might even do it attaching this handle behind here, just so that I know that it's got good support on here, since all I'm gonna do is hot glue the bottom parts. So I really wanna make sure that the top is secure. So I'll do that and be right back. Okay, I've got that all tied on the top, and I did do the 2 sides and then also the top of the wire. I did do 3. And so now I'm gonna attach the feet on. So it looks, just gonna hold this in place, put a little hot glue, and just hold those little feet in place. Add a little sparkler off the bottom corner over here. Put it on the diagonal from this one, so about like here. So I'm just sticking this in again, poking it into the wreath form. I'm gonna do another bow over here for the corner. Okay, so you can see that I decided to add the truck ribbon. I just made a simple X in the red truck, tied it with the same silver, and then I added 3 of these little Dollar Tree vase fillers that I have on hand. But, you know, you can use anything you want. Pom-poms are great too if you've got pom-poms. Anything that you want, like a cupcake, like topper, would be super over there if you've got like a flag or something like that. Okay, so now here is the other end. So that's it. And I'll show you when I've got it all hung up. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.